Could your home be making you sick? The 7 things to know when moving into a new home. You may have never heard or been aware of something called SBS, otherwise known as sick building syndrome. Besides being your real estate doctor, I am a licensed chiropractic neurologist and have been in practice for 30 years. And so along my journey, I have coached many patients about concerns of toxins, especially as it relates to indoor air quality. It becomes vital in understanding some of what we will talk about, as it can be very important if you're moving into a new home, whether you just sold your home and moving into a new home, or you just bought your dream home and getting settled and wondering why you aren't feeling so well lately. I am Dr. Ron Repasy, your real estate doctor with Realty One Group Paradise here in sunny Naples, Florida. And it's about time to share some thoughts with you. And so let's dive right in. So you're used to feeling great, and recently you moved into a new home and have lived in a new home for around a year or less. And you've noticed that you're not feeling quite as good as you used to. You're feeling achy. Maybe you're feeling tired. Maybe you're feeling run down. Could your home be making you sick? Do you want to know more? In this video, I'm going to share some thoughts and some of my experience as a licensed physician here in Florida. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes. It is not to be used for the purposes of diagnosing or treatment of any medical condition, but yet, if needed, you should seek the evaluation and opinions of your physician. So now that we got that off the table, okay. Could your home be making you sick? Especially we're talking about your new home. Let's start out by informing you of something and some of the symptoms from SBS, which we mentioned is sick building syndrome. So common symptoms could be congestion, coughing, nausea, headaches, fatigue, chest tightness, like you would maybe experience if you've had asthma, dizziness, skin rashes, joint pain, achiness, poor sleep, just to name a few. Many times patients find out that the symptoms seem to subside or go away entirely once they leave the home. So let's talk about indoor air quality. In this video, I will touch on the basics to know and think about. I will do another video where I will talk more about the toxins and chemical effects on the body. We'll do that more in depth in another video. What is it about moving into a new home that you may have never considered? Okay, so let's start out with number 1, newly painted. Of course, we hope that your builder provided you with a fresh new coat of paint. Aha. This is great, but it does push out a little bit more in the way of chemical forms of off-gassing. And so this off-gassing and fumes that we tend to be breathing in, which can cause a lot of different symptoms for different people. It could relate to or result in breathing difficulties, to dizziness, to headaches, and to lots of other effects. So newly painted, fresh painted home, and the chemical off-gassing and effects that can cause different symptoms to different people. Number 2, cabinets and furniture. Your builder probably hooked you up with some really cool new cabinets. These cabinets can be made of many types of material, and some are from compressed fibers that often contain poisonous chemicals used in the manufacturing, while others can be made of wood that are often coated to give it a nice shine, or maybe a polymer or a plastic material that also will off-gas and create fumes into the air. The products are made of all kinds of binders, adhesives, and glue type products. The same goes for the beautiful brand spanking new furniture you just bought to make your home comfy, cozy. Number 3, appliances. You or your builder probably installed some really neat high-tech appliances that can cook the meals for you. Just kidding. I wish that mine would cook the meals for me. That would be pretty cool, huh? But these new appliances You'll have to, get them installed, and they will be run for the first time to get broken in, not to mention the fresh coatings and glues also used in the manufacturing process. Number 4, HVAC. Your heating and air conditioning, your heating and AC and ventilation system also needs to be broken in. And so this needs to be checked to ensure that there's no abnormal moisture or humidity in the home. This is very important over time. Ducts need to be checked and need to be checked for any forms of mold or mildew, and also any abnormal dust, dust that may accumulate, especially in that duct system. Mold can be deadly. It can be something that can make someone very, very sick. Interesting enough, one family member may become very sick while another may be fine, as these toxins and various chemicals often have different effects on different people. So not everybody within the home may have the same sickness, or may even, not feel well, and others may feel perfectly fine. So it's not to say that the whole household, if there's more than one member, may have the same effects when we're talking about sick building syndrome. So we're going to move on. Number 5, flooring and/or carpeting. Once again, you have amazing new tile, wood, carpeted flooring, and these products can allow for added dust. And these products can also release chemical off-gassing, as we've already talked about. And these effects can be profound on how you may feel. And again, it has a lot to do with all these products being new, coming right out of manufacturing. So there's just lots of chemicals, lots of odors, lots of fragrances and smells sometimes that they apply to these products. So anyway, having a good vacuum can be helpful with a good HEPA filtration system. And keeping the house really clean can be helpful too. We will discuss other options later on in this video that may be helpful for you, because I know you're probably wondering about that. We're going to move on to number 6, poor ventilation and poor lighting. Both having adequate airflow throughout the home as well as good lighting with some natural light is very important. Some builders have been known to cut corners. Can you imagine that? And do not install enough vents and returns for the HVAC system, your heating and air conditioning system, so that certain rooms or the home in general may not have sufficient airflow. And this can lead to lots of problems in the home in regards to your health. Proper lighting is needed, as we all clearly know that lack of proper lighting can have a direct effect on our mood as it relates to energy. It can create symptoms of depression, fatigue, a suppressed immune system, all just from not being exposed to proper lighting, especially natural lighting. We've all been familiar with the term seasonal affective disorder as it relates to light or lack of exposure to light. So proper lighting is really, really important. And we also need to talk about different types of lighting, which we'll do in another video, because these have profound effects too, because now we have LED lighting versus fluorescent lighting and the regular incandescent lighting. So they're all good topics that we'll have to get to on another video, because certain lighting can be really not helpful as far as your health. So moving on to number 7, we want to talk about your mattress. Sleep is a critical part, obviously, of maintaining your health and a healthy immune system, along with all the new furniture, such as your new cabinets, the general new furnishings and appliances, as well as the freshly coats of paint we talked about. You probably have a beautiful, fancy, new, adjustable, inflatable, cooling, heating, song-singing mattress, correct? Well, that is just great. Along with all that is all the fire retardants and chemicals that come along with it. So these mattresses have fire retardants and chemicals used in their manufacturing process. And so even though you cannot wait to climb into your bed tonight, you just know that that's something we need to talk about. So your mattress, it's all fun and games till you breathe. So don't breathe. No, I'm just kidding. Please breathe. But don't sleep in your new bed. Okay. All right. All joking aside about the whole bed mattress here, you just need to be aware that this new mattress and your new bedding and linens and all these things, your new towels, They're all wonderful, but they could have possible health consequences. So you were probably saying, Dr. Ron, I was so excited about my new home, but now you have me all worried. Is there a solution? Okay, I hear you, and I will give you a few things to put on your to-do list that may be helpful for you or can be helpful for you, okay? Number one, keep your home dust-free and as clean as possible, as there'll be lots of people coming in and out, especially your delivery folks, your installers, etc. When you're first moving in the home, especially the first several months, as you get your dream home all put together. Number two, air out the home as often as possible. Open the windows, the doors, the sliding doors, etc. Yes, this may bring more dust back into the home. I understand that, but it'll allow for some of these chemical gases and pollutants to pass through the home. Number three, your heating and ventilation system, your HVAC system. You do need to have that checked and serviced regularly. Keep an eye out, especially in a new home. You want to make sure all around the home that you're looking for anything that could create moisture that could lead to mold and mildew, which is can be very, very detrimental. Number four is always look for leaks, which we just mentioned, but you want to look around the sinks, not just the ceilings. You want to look around the sinks, the toilets, the faucets. There can be leaks, even if it's a brand new home, from the roof. So the ceiling is a good thing to keep an eye out, as well as cracks on the walls and things like that. Even in a new home, just keep an eye out for anything that could show signs of abnormal moisture. That can really lead to a buildup very quickly, actually, of mold and mildew formation. Okay, number five, purchase a good air purifier. I've used one for many, many years. You want to have a good air purifier, as I mentioned earlier. Vacuum, maybe a vacuum with a HEPA filter as you're doing the dusting and cleaning up in between, can be a really good tool as well. Last but not least, I would be remiss not to mention the Dr. Ron fundamentals of health. And that is, we always talked about in my practice getting 7 hours of restorative sleep, because many people sit there and stare at the ceiling. So 7 hours of restorative sleep, exercising a minimum, I believe, is 3 times a week. I like more like 4 or 5 times a week, to be honest with you, but exercising 3 times a week. And look into intermittent fasting. It's become a really popular tool. I love it myself. And stay active, stay in community, stay focused on positive thoughts, and be loving and kind. So let's just recap a little bit. That was quite a bit of data. And many of you may have been aware, maybe not been aware, or maybe never thought about when you move into a new home. And this is not only just with respect to a new home, it can be older homes, because older homes have their own problems as well. But when you move into the new home, just kind of going back to my list I got on my papers here, the newly fresh and newly painted portions of the home, the interior especially, is going to be freshly painted. Of course, you're going to probably have new furnishings, and of course you'll have new cabinetry, you'll have new appliances, the heating and air conditioning system. Obviously, all these things are going to be brand new. You really got to keep your eye out for any mold or mildew formation. You're going to have new flooring and carpets as well. So again, dusting, airing out the home. These are ways to help with the ventilation, because we talked about ventilation and lighting. Hopefully you have adequate lighting. There are ways to substitute with LED and some other lighting add-ons. There's something called a solar tube we put in our home that is an additional, hiring someone to actually it actually goes through the roof of the home and can add a lot of light. It worked out really well in our home. And the other part is your mattress. So the newly painted house, including your cabinets, your furniture, your appliances, your heating and air conditioning system, your flooring and carpets, and your mattress, you really want to be aware that these things produce gases, smells, odors, all kinds of chemical distributions that can be some of the reason why you're not feeling real great. Again, the solutions are airing out the home, really working throughout the contractors and all to keep the dust to a minimum, double checking on the heating and air conditioning system, always looking around for leaks. We've talked about several times. A good air filter, we'll revisit that. There's UV bulbs, so ultraviolet lighting can help kill off bacteria. That's another really great tool that can be put in your duct system. Your air conditioning installer may recommend that. There's also standalone air purifiers, some that actually utilize ozone that can be great for detoxification and purification. Ozone smells a little bit like bleach, and so you can put it on a kind of a cleansing mode when you leave the house if no one's in the house, no animals and things of that nature. So anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this. This is a powerful tool, things to know about, especially if you're just wondering why you don't feel so well. And so we'll bring a little bit about my, a little bit into these videos on my physician background in the future as well. So I hope you like this video. So please like and subscribe to your Real Estate Doctor channel. I'm going to attach a link below. So, we'll hope that you enjoy some of the other videos that I display too. So we're going to put another video link below to, should I do a home inspection before purchasing my new home? So that link below in the description is going to be to, should I do a home inspection before purchasing my new home? Please feel free to comment. Don't be shy. You can reach me always, 239-331-5886, 239-331-5886. I am Dr. Ron Repasy with Realty One Group Paradise. Blessings to you, wishing you peace, health, and happiness. And I'll catch you next time. Boom.